Hey guys, hope all is well. Hope your Monday went all right. I'm gonna use this video sort of as a public service announcement. On my mind for a while now, I've had this idea of like different things that I've wanted to do with the channel, and I wanted to sort of utilize my strengths to sort of give you guys the best type of content. And one of the things that I was thinking about, I'm really good at, or I think I'm good at, is game analysis. And so, what I wanted to do actually was tell you guys to actually send me some of your games, because what I would like to do is actually be a doctor, a chess doctor, that is, and go over some of your games and give you guys feedback that actually is directly related to what you guys are dealing with. So I think what would be a really cool thing to do would be to essentially look at some of your games, um, and then sort of diagnose where you may or may not have issues. So definitely in the comment section of this video, um, or via email. My email address is casacorley@gmail.com, but I honestly probably would prefer it in the comment section first, and then we can go from there. But email is fine as well. Um, put a game that you've actually played and that you want to see analyzed and talked about and discussed. And I'm going to be the chess doctor and diagnose it. So, in that sense, I think it'd be a great way to sort of get feedback that's really personal between your experience with chess and my experience with chess. So I think that'd be fun. On the other hand, because I didn't want to just give that announcement, I always look at chess every day, even if I'm busy. Even when I'm not doing these videos, like chess is just sort of a part of my daily routine in some respects. Like I'm thinking about it or I'm looking at it, and so I wanted to show you something I'd seen today. I just was flipping through games and I found this game on chessgames.com, and I was like, man, I gotta look at this, show this idea, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm just gonna show this idea real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. So it looks like black may be taking over a little bit on the b file. The bishop on b2 is attacked, and there really is that issue that needs to be addressed. Also, there's two sets of double pawns. Black has some double pawns, white has some double pawns, and it's really interesting to see how Grischuk plays this position against Wolszczak. So check this out. First, he plays bishop c3, which is a very clever move, keeping the bishop on this diagonal, b2, f6, but also controlling the b4 square and the d4 square. So not allowing these rooks to infiltrate on the fourth rank or the second rank. Very important move. Black played f5, and then white, not wanting to give black counterplay on the e file, played e5. And here the contour is really set, because you have this position where there are two sets of double pawns, but white's bishop is a little bit better than black's bishop, or a lot better, because of the pawn structure on the queen side. You could see that the c4 pawn's on a light square, and the extra black pawn, or the black pawn on the queen side that black has, is on c5, a dark square, and as a consequence of that, it's just this weakness that's really paralyzing. And that, coupled with the fact that white has access to the a5 square as well, is problematic. And so look at how cleanly this is handled. So rook d8, king f2, and now you see why the bishop is so critical on c3, controlling all the entry squares, b2, b4, d4, and d2 on the dark squares. King f7, rook a b1, h5, and now black is trying to get counterplay elsewhere, because it's really clear that black can actually infiltrate further in the position. And now Grischuk plays a brilliant move, rook b3. And this is the type of move that's like just super high class, super high level type of move. Because if you looked at the position before rook b1, before rook b3, it's tough to see how to improve. How do you double rooks? How do you take over the initiative? If you move the bishop from c3, then all of a sudden black's rook might get the d4 square. So if you go like bishop a5, there might be a rook d4 somewhere. But all of a sudden, this move rook b3, and he's able to seize the b file with rook hb1, and that proves to just be a really, really big advantage. And so black decides to play rook takes b3, A takes b3, and already here, now white has the A file to work with the rook. And again, white's pawns are on light squares, and they're dark squared bishops, and Grishchuk went on to win this game. And just a really, really clever way of seizing control of the file. In fact, maybe this should have been a chess secret you wish you knew, that sometimes when you're trying to seize a file, you could do it with the help of a pawn. When you're trying to double a file, you could do it with the help of a pawn. So just remember this rook b1, rook b3 maneuver in the future. So that's it for today. That's basically all I wanted to show. That's something I looked at and was really impressed by today, especially because it was a blitz game. And again, send me a game that you've played or a game you'd like to go over. If there are a lot of people that send stuff, obviously I won't be able to look at everything. But I think it'd be really cool to get insight into games you've actually played. And yeah, and if you actually send the game information, also like put your name, your opponent's name, and the rating and that sort of thing, and we could really get a really good discussion going around these games. So thanks for watching, and hope to get some games from you guys. Take care.